And welcome to Star Sports this beat on OSBC Radio 104.5 Ilea Vijay Kebale. Shogbo, I am Omotayo Adebodun, welcoming you on board this morning. And of course, we'll begin from the home front this morning as we understand that the Golden Eaglets of Nigeria have qualified for next year's Under-17 African Cup of Nations in Algeria after defeating Ivory Coast 3-1 in the first semi-final of the WAFU B tournament in Ghana. And of course, two well-taken free kicks from Emmanuel Michael in the first half, and the second half header of Abdullah Idris and Coach Nduka Bagde's first is side third consecutive win in the regional tournament. And of course, Michael has now netted three free kicks at the ongoing tournament, and the Golden Eaglet will now face either Ghana or Burkina Faso in the final build for the 24th of this month, and that's Friday. Yes. And we understand that the Eaglets got off a poor start as Ivory Coast opened the scoring in the second minute from the spot, from the penalty spot. And of course, they came back rallying, and of course, it was a deserved win for the Golden Eaglet. And of course, still talking about the Golden Eaglet this morning. Yes, Emmanuel Michael picked up his third Man of the Match award at the WAFU B Under-17 tournament after helping the Golden Eaglets come back from behind to beat Ivory Coast 3-1 in yesterday's semi-final. Of course, Michael scored two free kicks, like I said, and yes, it was a good performance from him altogether. And yes, we hope he would be able to consolidate on this performance in the final. Of course, bring the trophy home. Although they've qualified for the Under-17 African Cup of Nations that will be coming up in Algeria next year. Of course, from there, moving to the camp of the Super Falcons, the trio of Ashley Pomble, Francisca Odega, and Alimat Ayinde have arrived at the Super Eagles Abuja camp ahead of the next month Women's African Cup of Nations. And the arrival of the three players was announced on the Super Falcons verified Twitter handle. And yes, we understand that following the arrival of these three players, the numbers of players in the camp, in the Falcons camp, is now 28 players. From the numbers of players in camp, head coach Randy Wadron will select the 23 women squad that will be in Morocco for the WAFCON this year. And of course, the Falcons, Super Falcons rather, will take on Bayana of South Africa, Botswana and Burundi in Group C. Remember that the Super Falcons they are 9-time champions, and of course they will begin their defense against South Africa on the 4th of July. And this 2022 Women African Cup of Nations will serve as qualifier for next year's World Cup to be co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand. Of course, we hope the Super Falcons will be able to do that. And of course, yesterday the Amaju Pinnick, that's talking about the NFF president, and that's talking about the president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Melvin Pinnick, has tasked the Super Falcons to aim for the ultimate prize at the fast approaching African Women's Cup of Nations in Morocco. And Pinnick made this known when he paid a visit to the team's training camp in Abuja, where they are currently preparing for the tournament. And of course, I recall that we are in the same group with South Africa, Botswana and Burundi. And of course, according to Pinnick, he charged the Super Falcons to bring home the trophy, and Nigeria is gunning for the spot in the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup as the semi-finalists are at the 2022 WAFCON will automatically represent Africa in Australia and New Zealand. And of course, we understand that the South African Football Association has promised the Bayanas of South Africa a whooping sum of money to dethrone the Super Falcons of Nigeria as far as this year's tournament is concerned, talking about the Women's African Cup of Nations, they've been promised a whooping sum of money to dethrone the Super Falcons. But do you think it is possible to just dethrone an anytime champion like that? Yes, we get to see how things pans out when the tournament begins properly in Morocco this year. Of course, from there, let's travel to Stamford Bridge this morning, talking about one man that has been in the news recently, and that's Romelu Lukaku. And at the moment, we understand that the deal between Inter Milan and Chelsea for Romelu Lukaku is done at the moment. And of course, it's a loan deal, though it's a loan. The Italian club Inter Milan have agreed a deal to sign Romelu Lukaku on a season-long loan from Chelsea, and the Blues signed the 29-year-old from Inter for a whooping sum of £97.5 million in August 2021. But he will return to Serie A side, having struggled last season, and the loan fee for Lukaku is about €8 million, approximately £6.9 million. And the Belgium international scored 15 goals in all competition for Chelsea last season, with 8 in the 26 Premier League appearances. For Chelsea. Of course, would hope he would be able to probably regain his form in Italy again. And of course, still talking about a transfer this morning. Arsenal have confirmed, yes, the signing of Fabio Vieira, and yes, Arsenal have confirmed the deal, a deal to sign midfielder Fabio Vieira from Porto for 34 million, including £34 million, including add-ons, and the 22-year-old is the Gunners' third summer signing after goalkeeper Matt Turner and Brazil forward Marquinhos. After Arsenal will pay 30 million upfront plus £4 million in performance-related add-ons. And of course, Vieira, who went his medical in North London last week, won the tournament. Won the Player of the Tournament award at last year's European Under-21 Championship. Vieira scored 6 league goals for Porto in 15 starts last season, and has scored 13 goals in 21 appearances for Portugal Under-21. From there, let's talk about Takumi Mamamino. Yes, and we understand that Monaco have agreed a deal worth of £15.5 million with Liverpool to sign Japan forward Takumi Mamamino. Yes, the fee is an initial £12.9 million plus a further £2.6 million in add-ons. And Mamamino, who is 27 years old, signed from Red Bull Salzburg in 2020, and has played 55 times for Liverpool, scoring 14 times. And yes, the forward spent the second half of the 2020-21 season on loan at Southampton, scoring twice in 10 Premier League games before returning to Anfield last season. Of course, Mino, yes, ended up featuring in 22 matches in all competitions to aid Liverpool's quadruple challenge last season, netting 10 times, including key goals in the club's FA Cup and League Cup triumph. And yes, from there this morning, let's quickly talk about Serena Williams. Of course, Serena Williams returned back to court yesterday. Yes, Serena Williams returned back to court yesterday. And of course, the sign pointed to one of the greatest players of all time slipping quietly into retirement without farewell she deserves. But on Tuesday, yesterday, Serena Williams made a return to the tennis court almost exactly a year since our last competitive match. We need to wrap up this morning. Many thanks to, of course, yes, we go on a quick commercial break. We'll be back right now. course, still talking about Serena Williams. Yes, almost exactly a year since a last competitive match, and just weeks after many had predicted that the 23-time Grand Slam singles champion would never play again. Yes, at Eastbourne Park yesterday. Usually the hubs of the sleeping sausage seaside towns cultural scene at home to a number of theaters. William took center stage, and the 40-year-old American teamed up with Tunisia Onza Jabwa, who is third in the WTA singles world ranking in the Eastbourne double, and the pair won their opening match in an entertaining evening. Of course, next week is open to play. Yes, Serena Williams is open to play in the singles at the Wimbledon, and where she has won 7 of her major titles. Afterwards, she said she absolutely had a moment of doubt, about whether she would ever be able to play again. Of course, there's been speculations as regarding the future of this younger woman, but we understand now that she's back, and she's back for good. She won the first tournament yesterday. She won the first match as far as the Eastbourne is concerned, and of course we would want to see win more of these laurels and come back to the Serena Williams that we'll know. And of course from there we'll talk about the latest happenings as far as Lewandowski is concerned. Lewandowski to Barcelona. You understand that PSG and Chelsea also are registering interest in signing this forward, the Poland's forward, but he is keen on moving to Barcelona. Will his move come true for him? Of course, we are yet to know, but with the transfer market still open at the moment, yes, everything is still possible. And of course, let's make way for this commercial at the moment. We will be back after this timeout.
Mo kí wa ẹ kú dédé wòyí, a sì kí wa pé a tún kó etí gbọ́ ètò tí a pè ní àríṣe láríkà tó dá lórí àṣeyọrí ìjọba gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá lẹ́lẹ́kàjẹ̀ká nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, èyí tí iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìròyìn àti ìlanlọ́yẹ̀ aráàlú ṣe agbátẹrù rẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ̀ làbá ìlọ́rọ̀ à ń láti máa là á láti lè mọ ibi tọwọ́jà ìjọba gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá ti dé. Àṣeyọrí ìjọba lẹ́ka ètò okòwò, ìdáṣẹ́sílẹ̀ aláfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ àti ìrónilágbára la fẹ́ gbéyẹ̀wò lọ́tẹ̀ yìí. Lẹ́ka yìí, ìjọba gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá ṣe ìdásílẹ̀ ibùdó okòwò àgbáyé àti ibi táwọn eré oko yóò máa dé sí fún rírà àti títà ní Dagbolo tí wọ́n pè ní International Trade Center and Dry Ports. Ibùdó yìí làwọn èèyàn bíi 30,000 yóò ti máa rí iṣẹ́ ṣe láti máa rí ọwọ́ mú bọ̀nù. Ìjọba ìgbé ètò àtìlẹ́yìn kalẹ̀ fún ìrànwọ́ àwọn olókoòwò kéékèèké àti alábọ́dé tí iye wọn ò dín ní 2,000 nípasẹ̀ àjọ ayánilówóṣòwò nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pẹ̀lú ìrànlọ́wọ́ báńkì àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí, èyí tí gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá ṣe ìfilọ́lẹ̀ rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ 29 oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún tó kọjá. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ tó jírí tó lásìkò àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19 tá a fojú winá rẹ̀ sẹ́yìn ní gbogbo ayé àti àkóbá ńláńlá tó ṣe fétò ọrọ̀ ajé gbogbo aráàlú. Torí bẹ́ẹ̀, ìjọba gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá gbé ètò ìrànwọ́ kalẹ̀ láti ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fáwọn èèyàn nídìí àgbéǹde okòwò wọn tí àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn ọ̀hún ti ṣàkóbá fún. Lára àwọn tíjọba yìí ṣìṣe ni ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nípa iṣẹ́ àdáni fáwọn èèyàn bíi 2,000 díẹ̀ láti lè fi jẹ́ kí wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ tara wọn lọ́wọ́, tí ìjọba ti ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ owó ìrànwọ́ 1,100 náírà lọ́dọọdún fún ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan àwọn tó jàǹfààní ètò yìí. Ìjọba yìí tẹ̀síwájú láti máa pèsè ọkọ̀ ojú irin ọ̀fẹ́ láti máa kó àwọn èèyàn wálé wá ṣọdún láti Èkó àti dá wọn padà lẹ́yìn ọdún sẹ́kọ̀ àti àwọn agbègbè tí wọ́n gbà kọjá ní gbogbo àsìkò ayẹyẹ ọdún láti ọdún 2018 títí dàkó yìí tí ò dúró. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọjà ńláńlá táwọn èèyàn ń ná nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ní ìjọba yìí ti mú àmúgbòòrò bá àti kó àwọn bùsọ̀ káàkiri ibẹ̀. Irú rẹ̀ ni ọjà Àtàkùnmọ̀sà tíjọba kọ́ ibùsọ̀ 116 sí apá kan àti irú ẹ̀ sí apá kejì. Ìjọba ṣe àyè ńlá míì fún wọn ní ọjà Owódé Ẹdẹ àti ní ọjà tí wọ́n ń ná níwájú ààfin Ọ̀ràngún nílùú Ìlá. Ìjọba sọ ọjà Àlàmísì nílé Ìkírun di ti ìgbàlódé tó fi mọ́ ọjà Olúfì ní Gbọ̀ngán. Bákan náà ni ìjọba fẹ́ ọjà ìlú Ìfẹ́wàrà lójú sí. Ìjọba ṣe àṣeparí ọjà ayégbájú àti ọjà ajé tí méjèèjì ń bẹ nílùú Òṣogbo tìjọba sì tún pèsè ààyè ńlá míì fún wọn ní ọjà odò ọ̀gbẹ̀ nílùú Ilé-Ifẹ̀. Ìjọba ṣe àgbéǹde àjọ olókoòwò Ọ̀ṣun ìyún Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture Ọ̀ṣun-Sìmà. Ìjọba tún sànà ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú àjọ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí àti ìdásílẹ̀ àjọ olókoòwò láàrin ilẹ̀ yìí àti ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà. Ìjọba tún dá ẹ̀ka kan sílẹ̀ ní iléeṣẹ́ ètò òkòwò tí yóò máa rí sí bá a ṣe ta ọjà nílànà ìmọ̀-ẹ̀rọ ayé òde òní. Ìjọba sànà báwọn olókoòwò ńláńlá nílẹ̀ yìí àti láti ilẹ̀ òkèèrè yóò ṣe wá máa dá iléeṣẹ́ sílẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun tí eléyìí sì ti mú èso rẹ̀ jáde. Lára rẹ̀ ni iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe táyà tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Black Donuts Engineering tó ti wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí báyìí. Ìjọba tún dòwò pọ̀ pẹ̀lú iléeṣẹ́ kan tí wọ́n pè ní Alliance for African Advancement, Progress and Integrity láti ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àti ilẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà.
Valuable forward under 25 years. Although in the list of the leading 10 strikers under the current age of 25 is the only one plying his trade with France League, plying his trade in France League one, of course, and according to the updates that we have, France striker Mbappe is ranked as the most valuable forward under 25. And the 23-year-old has a market value of 160 million euro, while Napoli striker Victor Osimhen is the only African on the list of the top 10 forwards under 25 years and is ranked 10th most valuable striker in the world. Remember that Osimhen joined Napoli from Lille in the summer of 2020 for a record club fee of 81 million euro plus add-ons following a season marred with the injury and health-related issues. And the striker was in fine form for both the Italian side and his country. Of course, Osimhen recorded 18 goals and 6 assists for Napoli and also scored 5 goals in 2 games for the Super Eagles in the opening AFCON qualifying group stage games. And of course, according to the transfer market, Napoli forward is valued around 65 million euro. And the valuation means the 23-year-old is ranked above Barcelona and Ansu Fati, Real Madrid's Rodrigo, and Juventus Federico Chiesa, and of course Erling Haaland, Vinicius Junior, Dusan Vlahovic, and Christopher Nkunku completes the top 5 with a valuation of 150 million euros, 100 million euros, 85 million euros, and 80 million euros respectively. We understand at the moment that Jules Kounde's representative are reportedly frustrated. Yes, a representative of Jules Kounde are reportedly frustrated at the lack of contact from Chelsea and the new Blues chief. We're talking about Odwele, and has issued an ultimatum for the Blues concerning the transfer talk at the moment. We'll see how things pans out there, but let's talk about Arsenal this morning, as Arsenal are reportedly interested in Rafinha from Leeds United, and are expected to formally approach Leeds United about the possibility of signing the Brazil's forward. And Rafinha is 25 years and has 2 years left on his contract, and is not expected to sign a new deal at Elland Road. But Barcelona also understood to want to sign Rafinha, whose agent is a former Barcelona player Deco, and the Brazil international joined Leeds from League One side Rennes on a 4-year deal in October 2020, contributing 6 goals and 8 assists in 29 Premier League games in his debut campaign, while last season the player managed 11 goals and 3 assists in 35 league matches. Of course, from there, let's see what is going on with Antonio Joshua at the moment. We wrap up with this, as Anthony Joshua has branded himself the comeback king before his heavyweight rematch against Alexander Usyk in Saudi Arabia on the 20th day of August. And Joshua came face to face with Usyk, yes, for the first time since losing his WBA, IBF, and WBO title in London in September. And at a media conference, Joshua was full of confidence as he aims to become a 3-time world champion. Yes, the press event in Saudi Arabia was heavily saturated with praise for the host country, which has faced the accusation of human rights violations and is currently launching a military operation in Yemen that has caused an humanitarian crisis. But Joshua, who praised the members of Saudi royal family in his first answer, had his head coach by his side. That's talking about Robert Garcia. And finally, this morning from the tracks, we understand that it's not looking good for Red Bull, as Red Bull suspend reserve driver over racist slur, and Red Bull have suspended their test and reserve driver Yuri Vips after he used offensive language in an online gaming stream. And yes, Red Bull said the 21-year-old Estonian would not conduct any team duty with immediate effect pending a full investigation is conducted into the incident. We need to wrap up this morning. Many thanks to everyone that made this production possible. Omotayo Adebodo is my name. Muideen Adeleke is the producer of this program. Until next time that will come your way again for more with more sporting information. I say don't stop loving sports. Good morning.